Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot.
This meeting is being recorded.
Hey, what's up, Giants fam? Always that echo in the background. Somebody got to shut that thing off. Every time I start the podcast, it's like I hear the record button go off, like in the background from somebody. Like, who is that bitch? I hear her every week, and I just yell inside my car, like, shut the fuck up. I know it's recording, but hey, we're back. I'm back. Obviously, I'm in a mood this week. Back from COVID. The boys held it down last week, talking about some Giant stuff, but I'm back after like a little bit of a week-long battle of the COVID, man. That shit fucking really got to me, guys. I have to admit, this shit is real. Like, I was never a denier about that. But all these motherfuckers that would say, like, I love reading on Twitter, like, these people that got COVID, they got sick. They were like, you know, I had COVID. Thank God I got the shot. And thank God I got the boosters. Otherwise, I would have been dead or in the hospital. I can say the same thing. I did not get the shot. I did not get the boosters. And hey, listen, I'm fucking fine. I got over it in like a fucking week. It's like flu-like symptoms. I was tired. I was exhausted. That's all it was, man. That's all it was. But I'm back. Good job last week on the pod, guys. I want to hear, man, how was your guys like Memorial Weekend? Did you guys do anything?
This past weekend of Memorial Day weekend, one of my buddies' boat for the day on Sunday, we caught it must have been like a 3 foot, maybe 3.5 foot long striper right when we got out on the water. We're in the water like 10 minutes, catches big ass fucking fish, and then the next 6 hours caught nothing. We thought it was shaping out to be like a sick day.
That's how it works.
We basically just hung out and just fucking stared at the waves.
Yeah, listen, you know what? It was this Memorial Day was like a weird one. I wanted to like really do something and like go away, and then I wasn't feeling so great, but I was okay. And then last weekend, I think I was sick. Who the hell knows? So there was definitely something going around with that shit, Mike. Whether or not it was COVID again, you know, I've been vaccinated, had all that shit done, had COVID last year. So like, you know, it's like you do all these things and it still doesn't matter, right? But you know, so I guess I would be dead if it wasn't for that. Who knows, right? But
yeah, okay.
You know, so Memorial Day was just more of a friggin' like I did get to do a little grilling and barbecuing, so that was cool. On Sunday was kind of made, you know, Monday a little rough getting in, you know, but thank God we had the day off, so nice. I wasn't too terrible there. I was like, oh, no podcast and Monday's off. I'm just gonna sleep all day because I'm shot from yesterday.
that Monday saved me for sure.
You know, and then this past weekend, weather was beautiful. You know, like I said, it's just making you feel like summer's here already because it's been hot. I don't know about you guys, but this is hot for like the end of May, beginning of June, man. If that's the case, wait till we hit July and August. It's gonna be real hot.
Yeah,
as a man who sells air conditioning, that's music to my ears.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get a few heat waves this summer.
Definitely, that's one prediction I'll make.
Dude, I say let's Jules. What do we got? What topics we got to go with, man?
Listen, you know, like any real diehard Giants fan at this time of the year, you know, look, you have the OTAs, you're gonna have mini camp starting soon, and then they're off until the end of July. So, you know, one of the reasons why I started by saying that was, you know, it was all this bullshit about, you know, people go back and forth with the OTA and that whole conversation we had a few weeks back with people missing, people not doing anything. Yeah, they literally go to the mandatory minicamp starting this week, and then it's over, and then they're now off for another 6 weeks where they can just do whatever they want, go on vacation anywhere they feel. And yet, like, people are still like, yo, man, would you ever come in on your day off and blah, blah. Bro, if I had a job where I was making over $1 million a year, at least, because I think that's what the league minimum currently is, and I had 4 months off during the year, yeah, I would get my fucking lazy ass into the gym and work out with my team on fucking voluntary practice bullshit. But I just had to say that, and you know, I just had to get that out there. And
I agree, 100%, Jules.
You know, and with that said, yeah, look, there's just a lot of OTA talk. You know, a lot of different things going on. You know, you had Davis Webb with his comments about Daniel Jones. You know, certain rookies really stepping up and impressing. You know, you had Shane Lemieux talking about the O-line and how it looks a lot better. So those are just some of the things, man. You guys let me know where you want to dive in and go on with some of the talk for during this part of the year.
Jules, what were you telling me about the Davis Webb talking about Daniel Jones?
Yeah, man.
What
So
was that exactly?
listen, this was tweeted out. It was on Bleacher Report. It was on a few different things. And for those of you who may not have heard it or have heard it already, I'm sure you have your comments. And look, I get it. You know, it's just like anything. It's like you always say, John, right? The NFL knows how to market themselves. They always know how to market the brand. So do the teams, right? And this came out where Webb was basically quoted because he has played with the likes of Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. And he said that Daniel Jones is not only the hardest working quarterback, but also the smartest quarterback he's ever played with. So, you know, that kind of says a lot. I mean, look, obviously he didn't say he was the most talented, right? But he did say that if you know, you had the four of them in the room, that Daniel Jones, obviously a Duke graduate, would probably be the smartest on the floor, which actually doesn't surprise me there when you think about it, right? You go to a school like Duke, which is literally like a grade below Ivy League, and you graduate from there, you might have half a brain. I don't know. You know, you just might. I know that, you know, he's not playing basketball, no offense to the fucking basketball team.
So he actually went to class, you're saying?
Yeah. I think he actually went to school, right?
Shit, okay.
If I recall, I mean, we're going back a few years at this point, but when he first got drafted, one of the things they talked about with him was that like Wonderlic or whatever it's called, the test that, you know, prospects take before the draft. He had like one of the highest scores of any quarterback in like years, some crazy shit like that. It was like one of the best scores that there was. So he's definitely, you know, right out of the gates, people knew he was smart. So that doesn't, I don't think that Mahomes or Allen are, you know, dumb. Like, I don't think that's what they're trying to say. I think Jones just is a very, very, very smart fucking kid.
John, it'd be funny if Davis Webb did come out and say that, but yo, this fucking Mahomes is an idiot. And this fucking guy like John Allen, dumbass. Like
if that guy thinks for 2 seconds, it's over.
Imagine he's like, yo, bro, if it wasn't for that dude's talent, he could run like he does, bro. That dude would be the dumbest person on the planet.
Yeah.
I would love for somebody to flip that and make it sound like Davis was a total dick.
I fucking wish that I saw this like when it was actually like a story last week on Twitter. I would have loved to fuck around with this a little bit.
I mean, you know, it was for me. I tried to a little bit, but then like I don't know. I got caught up where I was like, this is just that straight up off season. We really got nothing to talk about clickbait bullshit. Where it's like, yeah, fine. If they took an IQ test, I guess Daniel Jones would score the highest of the four of them. It doesn't really mean shit for the NFL.
Jules, quick story. Like I took, you know, those IQ tests they got online.
Yeah.
So I back in the day, I took one when I was completely sober, right? And I sucked. It was like horrible. I was like, am I that fucking dumb? And then I took one when I was really stoned and I scored like an astronomical amount. Like it was fucking some crazy number where I was like, am I a fucking genius? And I don't even know about it. But yo, do yourself a favor. Take some time out, take an IQ test online, man. They're actually fun to do.
I actually did that like last year, something like that 2 years ago.
What was his score? Do you remember? Like, I think it's out of 200, right?
Well, 200 is like fucking superhuman intellect, like literally like fucking Reed Richards. I think
I was up there.
I got like it was a 136 or 135, 134, something like that. I was like in the mid 130s.
Oh, then I was up in like I think I was 169, John. It was like I took like 5 rips on the fucking bong, and I was fucking answering fucking things like a Doogie Howser.
You remember? You know what that just reminded me of? Remember that movie with Method Man and Redman, How High? When the ghost gives them like the test at Harvard.
Yeah, that was fucking me, man, right there.
Oh, yo, the only thing that's gonna worry me is if you're not working for like NASA or you know the Pentagon or one of these high tech things, and you score like a 200 on one of those tests, I might be cautious to hang out with you. You probably got some bodies hidden somewhere, or you know you're into some weird shit. That's usually what happens, right? Like you know you lack empathy, and all of a sudden you score like a 200. You're trying to fuck with the FBI. You're going around killing people. But I'm just saying.
I think like actual genius is 150. So if you're getting a 200 IQ, I think that's literally like comic book stuff. I don't know that you can actually have an IQ that high.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like if you ain't working for like the defense, Homeland Defense or anything, you're probably out doing something that you're not supposed to be doing.
Here's a good Giants topic that we can make a joke about, or whatchamacallit, a guess about.
Who's the smartest and dumbest?
No, what do you think? What do you think Elon Musk's IQ is? Let's see. I'm looking it up now.
But are we certain where like 150 is genius and like and above, or is
might
that?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I have to look that.
Okay, I have the answer.
So what do I think Elon Musk is? He's probably like a 120. He ain't that smart. I don't think he's smart. He's just fucking. He's a genius in marketing himself.
That dude is a genius. Jules. Have you
Yeah,
ever
no, he
heard?
designs and stuff, bro. He's not like
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking
Steve
around.
Jobs. Like,
Have you ever heard him talk? He fucking even talks weird, so you know he's fucking legit genius. He's probably like up in 190.
he's a 155.
That's it.
Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking had an IQ of 160. So 200 is definitely not something that's on the table.
Holy
Yeah, so there's no way you
Yeah,
score
that's like-
160, Mike. Yeah, you
Nah,
probably,
I'm thinking about
so
it now.
high up in those 5 rips, it was probably just a 60, and you would see it on one in front.
Yeah, exactly.
No. I swear, man. I know
You
I
would
heard
see the lines and shit. You're like, yo, that's like 160. That's not 60, right?
I know I scored higher when I was stoned. I know that for sure.
I believe that's it because you were probably like more concentrating on
Yeah,
fucking
dude, like
what it was, and then also,
into it.
did you know what the test looked like before you took it, or like you just
It was different.
started
It was completely different. The two that I took, and
oh, really?
yeah, so it was a couple. It was like back in the day too. But it'd be funny if we do like a list next week of like who's the smartest guy and who's the dumbest. Like the dumbest would probably be Tony. He would probably be down on my list at the bottom as the dumbest. And then obviously Jones is the most smartest. And then somewhere in the middle, you just throw probably like a couple linebackers in there. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be a good fucking list to do. I'm sure
Well,
that
it is kind of funny that you guys we flipped on this because I would totally be down to do that. Like we could even just do one where we don't even know. We just kind of do what you just said there, where it's like we throw out like, all right, if you had to think like he was above average for the team or below average for the team, and you threw out Kadarius Toney, I'm 100% saying below average for smarts there, right? My man joking, but like he might be able to rap, but like that's about it. Like if it was like he had to solve a math equation to get out of a jam, we're fucked. We ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, who's the giant that collects Pokemon cards?
Blake Martinez.
Blake Martinez, yeah, he's got to be pretty fucking stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
would
mean,
say he's probably the opposite. I would say that he's probably, if I would have bet, I would say he's probably of a very high intelligence.
Because
it's like one of those things I told you, man. Yo,
yeah, nerd.
Like
that's a nerdy thing to do, bro. That's
right.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. Like when you become super genius, it's either you got to play shit like that where you're like in the Pokemon things, or like World of Warcraft, or fucking whatever the hell the big thing is right now, right?
Yeah,
and you got to play those kind of games, or you go out and kill people. That's it. Dude. It's like 1 or 3 things. Either you're kind of nerdy and you're into those kind of things because it takes crazy knowledge and remembering shit, or you're working for fucking NASA, or you like Ted Bundy. That's it. It's very rare that you're not one of those 3 things. Like that's just what it is, dude.
That is like 2 fucking extremes, Jules. And I got to apologize to the guys like if Tony or Martinez says, listen, it's all fun, man. I'm just joking, man. Don't come out and hate. Don't hate. Me.
Well, you know what is something that is actually kind of pertains to this, right? Is the fact that the Giants staff now has come out and said that one of the reasons why they drafted Wendell Robinson was because of how smart and intellectual he actually is. So it's his actual smarts and the way that they were questioning, are you just going to throw extra at him during these OTAs and everything else? And so we're not worried. They're like, one of the reasons why we went out and we drafted him was because of when we went and we met with him and we spoke with him, it was his intellect was so high that they were really big on that. So if you really do want to continue this joke, I guess, him and Joker are really going to be like, yin and yang out there on the field.
Yeah, it could be, man. Yeah, did you guys see the picture of Wandell, like when all the rookies of the Giants went to the Yankee game?
No, I didn't see that one.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Wandell looks like a little 6-year-old kid, like with his daddies. Like it's fun.
Like they took their little brother out. Like it was like, he's my little kid brother. He's off from school right now. He's on spring break.
Dude, he looks so fucking small, man. Like, I tell you, I'll be all fucking happy when Wandell and Tony is just fucking blowing through defenses and shit next year. That'd be fun.
I mean, everything that's coming out in these OTAs, like the screen passes that Jones hit him with, and a few other plays. The one where he like fucking abused Robinson, jumping up and grabbing that pass and everything earlier on a few weeks back. Yeah, the kid's just been stepping up and doing the right thing. I mean, like, he is what you would have hoped we would have been reading about in OTA at this time last year about Kadarius Toney, and we're reading about this kid. So, like, if he's going to be more of that true gadget player, like, look, if there's anybody, like I said, that's listening and can remember when Dave Meggett played, I really see him being like a more modern version of a Dave Meggett. And for those of you who are listening that don't know who that is, go on YouTube and put in some Dave Meggett highlights,
Yeah,
and
it's
you'll
fun to
see
watch.
he fit that role perfectly. He wasn't the every down back. He was a, sort of that like that pass threatened kind of running back with like, end arounds and would run between the tackles on occasion. Well, he was that type of guy before that became a thing really in the NFL. And that's what I see this guy being, Wendell, man. He had running back, experience in college. He was a running back in high school, so he has all that experience on his tool belt where, that's what I can see this translating into without question.
Well, hopefully, like, they actually utilize them too, right? Like, I know, like, they've been actually having Barkley come out the backfield and catch more passes. He's been lining up as wide receiver too.
Yeah. We're reading that as well.
It's great.
Hey, he's dangerous from that position. I can't wait to watch Barkley, bro. I can't wait to watch his offense.
Listen, he's got, if anything, Barkley's got everything behind him now, right? He can say he's a full year removed. He's healthy. He's got something to prove. I mean, that guy's playing for his career. Let's just put that there. You know what I mean? As much as he does, he just comes back and does sort of 1,000 yards rushing, 200 receiving, and scores like maybe 8-9 touchdowns. Yeah, it's a mediocre year. He's not getting that big meaty contract. You know what I mean? So he needs this year. He needs this year just as much as Daniel Jones does. I know we said this last year.
We all know.
Yeah, well, I mean, every Giants fan needs it, right?
Please.
I mean, listen, guys, on a more positive note, the praise that we keep hearing about Daniel Bellinger in camp and the way he's blocking and route running and catching the ball. Guys, I heard something too. I don't know if we've talked about it, we mentioned this or not. You realize that Bellinger didn't drop a pass his entire senior year at last year.
Hear that.
Not dropping a pass. Dude, I mean, could you imagine? I think we only caught like maybe 35, 40 passes. I don't remember the exact number, but I know it was in that range. He's still, that's, whatever. You average like maybe 4 a game, 5 a game without dropping the ball, dude. Like, that's impressive. He's already got his run blocking accolades up through the roof where they said he was one of the better run blocking tight ends in the draft. And now you come out with a stat where you read that he didn't even drop a pass last year.
Better than the last tight end we had.
A 4th round steal right there. I don't know, man.
Definitely way better than the last tight end we had. That's for sure. Already.
I don't even remember that guy's name.
Yeah, I think his initials were the same letter or something. I don't even know.
He was probably an idiot. He failed the fucking test.
Oh yeah. If it was above average or below average, I'd put him in the below average section for sure.
I think the Giants actually they had somebody in a tight end in the building today. Actually, I forgot actually who it was, but somebody that was battling like a knee injury. He was out for the year last year, so he came in for a workout. So he might be another added on. I got to look it up like in a little while, but unless you guys know who I'm talking about.
Well, you know what's crazy? There's been so many, I guess, alumnus almost, if you would, of ex-Giants players coming through this year. And look, I know this happens every year, but for some reason, and you guys, look, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like this year, for whatever reason, they just feels like there's so many more. I don't know. Do you guys think that? I mean, look, I feel like every day during these OTAs and everything else, you heard that, like, you had, OC there and Strahan there and Mario Manningham was there. I mean, like, the list keeps going on and on and on. I just keep hearing guys showing up like every other day. And like, to me, it's like, I don't remember that. I don't remember that last year. I don't remember hearing that stuff. Do you guys? I don't know. Maybe fill me in. Maybe I missed something.
Well, there also could have been a lot of restrictions the last couple of years with COVID.
Maybe
where they didn't have like as easy ability to go there. It might have been more of like more trouble than it was worth to go. And maybe they didn't like Joe Judge. Maybe they didn't feel like fucking supporting the program as much,
That's the kind of where I was going with it.
Before you guys keep going, the tight end that came in was a former Browns tight end, Steven Carlson. He had the ACL injury, so he came in for a visit today. Didn't get signed, but maybe that's something to look out for in the future.
I'm behind this Behringer kid, man. I want him to fucking start.
Me too, man. Hopefully he takes a job and runs with him. We don't need another tight end. In that fucking room.
No, that's one thing that hopefully with this kid Bellinger there, that might be what's filled in. But another thing too is, you got Shea Lemieux talking about how like he loves this whole new rebuilt offensive line, and he still is the candidate to start at left guard. So I mean, there we might actually bring back which should have been the left side of the offensive line. And you're bringing, that was where some of the question marks were. I think Feliciano will hold up at center. And you get Lemieux back to what he was doing and being part of that team, and he's playing left guard. Yeah, that's just going to be a big plus. I mean, there's also a story going around that during that draft when we took Lemieux, that the Bills were actually looking at him. So here's this regime here coming in, and they were actually looking at drafting him late in that draft as well. And the Giants just had a quicker pick in that round, and we took him, and that was it. But that's how big they were on Lemieux. So now having them here, and this is a guy they were looking to draft, and this is a guy that might step into that left guard role. And he's over there, boasting about how good this line has been looking of late and how it turned around. And it's a whole new thing. I mean, look, things are pointing in the right direction. That's all we could say. I'm not going to get over the top. I'm not going to say this team's going to make the playoffs. I'm not going to say this team's going to win 10 plus games. I'm not saying any of that kind of shit. But I just feel like we're going to put a way more competitive team out there than we've seen in the last couple of seasons.
I think fans were so quick to dismiss Lemieux as being part of even the rotation. It's like, I mean, how'd you forget about this guy, guys? Like I thought he was one of the better draft picks, late round draft pick that we could have. And I think he's going to be the starter. And, I think we got something there, but I guess we'll find out, we'll see how it plays out.
95% of the reason why is because Dave Gettleman is the one that drafted him. That's why he's not going to get. And none of Dave Gettleman's draft picks, maybe except Andrew Thomas, are ever going to get the benefit of the doubt. Daniel Jones is going to have to ball out. Saquon Barkley's going to have to ball out just to be able to get back in fans' good graces.
Well, what if they do, John? What if these guys like we talked about, like a McKinney, like Leonard Williams that we signed, like Dexter Lawrence that he drafted? Like, what if these guys like really just ball out and mature? Don't forget they're real young. Are fans going to give Gettleman credit? Like, hey, maybe he did bring us a lot of pieces. Probably not, but we'll see.
Well, I sure as fuck will.
I know you will.
As a great man once said, hashtag respect the Gettle God.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh god.
Well, listen. Well, Jules, we might actually have to debate this next week because it looks like we got Will 27 going to come on the podcast and debate us about Gettleman. We're going to go at him. We'll confirm it later in the week, but it looks like next week Will's going to be coming on with us, so we'll have something to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right, that's definitely something to look forward to because Will might not be alone with some of his thoughts. That's for damn sure. So
it'll be a tag team match, me and John versus Jules and
Will 27 was his name. All right, I like it. I'm about to reach out to him and get on his side. Let him know that like he ain't coming in here on a 3-on-1 or anything. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. Sell your podcast mates out to the fucking enemy. That's good.
I'm just saying, bro. Yeah, listen.
Going to the haters club.
God, shit, like,
Jules is my nominee for the haters club this week.
And the other thing with that is that because look, Barkley, it's just going to be a matter of his health. That's what the biggest question mark was around him, and that's always going to be the question mark around him. The problem with Daniel Jones is that no, Gettleman will never get credit for Daniel Jones ever, and nor should he. He's going to be a clear developmental quarterback that has developed. Wow. And if he's got like Kafka in his corner and Dable now, and this becomes Daniel Jones's biggest year, the coaches are going to get all the credit for it, period, stop. And yes, it'll be looked back and say we could have taken him, but there'll be those people that are going to say, well, you know what? If we didn't take Jones when we did, and we went and we took the defensive tackle, Josh Allen, and we drafted that way, and we went another year with Eli, well, we would have gotten Justin Herbert the final season, right? It's the same people that are going to turn around and say that we could have had Nick Chubb and we could have had fucking, all that kind of nonsense going on, and we would have had the other guard and all that bullshit. So, yeah, in hindsight, absolutely. We should have fucking Nelson. We should have Nick Chubb. We should have Justin Herbert, right? I mean, look, you know how many teams in the NFL could probably sit there and do that in the last 4 or 5 drafts? You know what I'm saying? To turn around and be like, yeah, this team should have had that. This guy should have been there. Like it just didn't happen that way. You know what? Like I said, going back and saying that Hernandez, when he was taken, he was one of the best. He was one of the best rated guards when we took him in the second round. I mean, that people going nuts about it. It was a steal to get him that late in the draft. The guy was supposed to go in the first round. He fell to us in round 2. Oh my God, this is sick. And he didn't turn out. It didn't work out. You know what I mean? So that's what happens a lot of times. Look,
sure does.
Nick Chubb on the Giants. I don't know if he'd be that much better than what he is in Cleveland. Like, I don't even know if he'd be as good. In other words, is what I'm trying to say, because Cleveland's got an amazing offensive line.
Right.
People forget about that type of shit. Where, like, you put Kareem Hunt back there, he looks good. You had, what is his name? Just Dearness Johnson.
Right. He looked amazing.
Go for like 130 yards. You know what I'm saying? So you got to kind of pump the brakes for certain things. But
right, I get it. We get that, but a lot of people don't. They just see the name and they don't know football. You know what I mean?
Right. But I do have to say that, Gettleman, no matter what happens with Daniel Jones, will never get the credit for that ever.
That's simply not true.
You can't just sit there like, well, if it wasn't for him drafting him. Yeah, but if it wasn't for him having to be smart, because obviously he'll be now learning his like 3rd or 4th offense, all right, and be able to pick all that up. But Pat Sherman got a little bit out of him. So far, Pat Sherman got the best out of him, right? And you bring in Jason Garrett and all that bullshit with Judge, and they ruined this dude's career. So now these other coaches are trying to revitalize that. And if it does happen, phenomenal, great. And if it doesn't, that's it. He's going to be a backup the rest of his career. So like there's no way that you could now turn around and say that the guy who drafted him 4 seasons ago is the reason why he's in the NFL. And it was a start, and he was so right by doing it. They're gonna turn around and be like, yo, if it wasn't for these quarterbacks, these quarterback whisperer coaches, then we would never have a Daniel Jones. And that's what you're going to see this year.
Well, I 100% disagree with you. I figured
as much.
Well, because this is the thing. If you look back when Dave Gettleman originally, drafted him, he had Pat Shermer. He hired Pat Shermer, and Daniel Jones had one of the most prolific rookie seasons on record. Period. Stop. Right. Second year, they go and they hire Joe Judge and his fucking antiquated offense with Jason Garrett, and he regressed. He regressed the 2 years that they were there. Then all of a sudden they get an offensive line the head coach in, and then he goes off again. Now they say, oh, well, it wasn't Dave Gettleman that he did a bad job. It wasn't Pat Shermer. It was because of fucking Joe Judge. That's why the last 2 years have sucked for Daniel Jones and the rest of the team as an entirety. Not there's no position you can look at and say that it was his fault or anybody else. There was the whole fucking team everywhere had a million things going on with it. This phone line in use. I don't know what else going on here. So I think that the narrative will change to say what could have been if Jason Garrett wasn't the offensive coordinator, Joe Judge wasn't the head coach for Daniel Jones in year 2. That's what I think the narrative is going to shift to. They're not going to just base Dave Gettleman for no reason, saying that, because then that would suggest if Dave Gettleman had nothing to do with Daniel Jones being good or like having the foresight that he was going to be good, that means that you could take any mediocre quarterback and with the right coaching make him a star. That's not the case, because then we would have 32 stars all the time, and that's just simply not the case.
So answer this for me then.
Yeah, please.
Who drafted Pat Mahomes? Do we know? Do we know their offense? Do we know that they're offhand? Do we know it?
Kafka?
No, it's not Kafka. But I'm just saying. Do we know who it is out there? Huh? In Kansas City? Anybody? Bueller?
I don't know their GM's name.
Who drafted Lamar Jackson? Oh, I don't know. Fuck do I know, right? No one fucking gives them any credit for shit. Pat Mahomes gets credit because he played for Andy Reid and Andy Reid's system. He sat for a year and he learned and he got
different.
back.
No, that you're conflating two separate things.
Lamar Jackson was behind Joe Flacco. All right, Wacko Flacco. And then he came into that playoff game and nearly won it in his first fucking rookie year. But when no one talks about that shit, it's all Jim Harbaugh and his brother.
No,
and like how smart he is and the
things,
genius behind it.
Jules, look, come on. You got to look at the team that Mahomes stepped into, man. He had like one of the best wide receiving core, the best tight end in the league, a run game, a good offensive line, like, and a genius on that calls the plays in Andy Reid. You know what I mean?
What I'm trying to say is my point is, regardless that he may have stepped into that, you never once heard, oh, the GM over Kansas City's a genius for taking this guy. Lamar Jackson drafted last pick in the fucking first round. You don't hear the GM getting credit. You don't. It's all Harbaugh's decision to bunch Flacco and put him in a playoff game. And wow, that was genius. So you're going to sit here and tell me 4 years later that if Daniel Jones produces his best season ever, it's not going to be the talk of the town that it's Dable and Kafka that made that happen.
Yeah, but you're conflating two separate things. GMs and head coaches don't get credit for the same things. GMs get fucking credit for finding and believing in a prospect enough to draft him. Coaches get credit for getting the most out of the player. Well, yeah, it's two separate things that you're talking about.
Let's just put it this way too, though. When you have the number 6 overall pick in the NFL draft, you better get that shit right. So you know what I mean? So like it ain't like he found Daniel Jones in the 4th round.
75% of
Daniel Jones is stepping up and he's like Russell Wilson. All right, that's a fucking GM fine. When you're taking Daniel Jones with the number 6 overall pick, you're fucking telling me that this dude is the shit and he's gonna be the next guy.
Well, right. He did know that, we had the 6th and 17th pick that year. Like, he did know that other teams were looking at Jones to draft him between 10 and 13. So, like, he was forced to make that move if he really liked him. And now we're going to hopefully
knowing he was going to face the wrath of NFL / and most importantly, New York media and New York fans, he still said, fuck it. I'm going to kill my fucking name. I'm gonna take all the fucking shit because I believe in this kid. And then he goes out and he comes one game shy of breaking the all-time record for most touchdowns in a season by a rookie quarterback.
Right.
So he had vindication at the tip of his tongue. And if Eli Manning had just hypothetically retired before, let's say Jones got drafted, 2 weeks later, Manning says, you know what, fuck it, I call it a career, and Jones was able to start all 16 games, he would have demolished the rookie touchdown record. Demolished.
Okay, so first of all, who has
the entire night around Daniel Jones would have been completely
Who has the rookie touchdown record?
He had 2 games.
Now it's just Herbert.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Right? Didn't he have 2 games with like 5 touchdowns in each?
He had 4 games with 4 touchdowns, including 1 game with 5 touchdowns.
Wow.
Out of 12 games. So he played in 12. He had 12 starts, and 4 times out of the 12 starts, he had 4 touchdowns. That's literally Peyton Manning in his prime type fucking production.
Yeah,
so you can get mad if you don't want to hear that, but it's
but just if you want to hang your hat on that type of a stat, right? Currently, it's actually Baker Mayfield with 27. All right.
Then you're looking at the wrong list.
He did that in 13 starts.
You're looking at the wrong list, bro. Justin Herbert threw over 30 touchdowns his rookie year. You're looking at a dated list.
I'm looking now. Or maybe he did it in the least amount of starts.
I don't know. That wouldn't matter. They're not going to prorate it. It's what the total was. That's all. You must be looking at an article that predates 2019 or whatever, 2020, whatever it is.
They won't give me a date on it. So that's the only reason why I'm like hesitating right now. But
100%.
Let's just all admit Daniel Jones is better than all these fucking guys.
Bro, Daniel Jones is going to be a fucking beast this year. I promise. I promise all of our fans all over the world. Mike, I know later on you might touch on what countries or the new countries you added to the list.
Oh, yeah.
Just hear my voice. Daniel Jones is going to fucking ball out this year, and so is Saquon Barkley.
Well, okay, so that's what the article was saying. So if you go on to read it, that Herbert broke Baker's record. So Baker broke the record, and then a year later, Herbert broke it.
Yeah, 2 years later, yeah.
2 years
or
later.
a year later, yeah.
Yeah, a year later. So that's what it was.
Yeah, he had 31 in his rookie year. Yeah. So that's where that came from. 31 touchdowns.
And Jones had how many in his rookie year? You say 24?
26.
26. So I mean, listen, you're right. If he gets at least an extra game, 2 games, you have to put him. He at least has 28, I'd say.
Right, which the record was only 27. Right. So he was just 2 shy. He was 1 game shy, but he missed 4 games. So if he had started 4 more games at that rate, he would have had 4 touchdown game, and then another couple of games with 2 touchdowns each. He would have had 31.
I mean, well, even if you put him at 1 per game, right? Just and that's pretty all right, right? He's still at 30, right? So I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying there. But then again, we're comparing him with Baker and Justin Herbert, right? And where's Baker? Baker's on the bench right now to fucking Deshaun Watson. And Herbert's like one of the elite quarterbacks. So I don't know. I don't know what you think there, right?
Baker's gonna have another year in Cleveland. I'm telling you, with Deshaun Watson, he's gonna be suspended for a year. But listen, before we take a quick commercial break, I just want to shout out the countries all around the world that are listening. United States, India, France, United Kingdom, of course, our boys over there across the pond. Israel, Spain, Australia, Mexico, and the United Arab Emirates. That's it. That's the fucking word. Thanks, Jules. And then thanks for listening. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Especially if you listen to United Emirates, please.
We appreciate.
Isn't that like by where Dubai is? That's like right in that.
Yes. Very close enough. Proximity is there.
Ooh, Dubai's look fucking pretty nice.
All right. Well, we gotta take that commercial break, right?
Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the Haters Club and the rest of the stuff we got to talk about. We'll be right back. All right, we are back on the BBO NYG podcast. I'm Mike. That's John. It's that time. You heard him. You heard him in the background. It's the Haters Club.
Welcome all you ignorant ass bitches, critics, complainers, disgruntled rappers, and racists especially, to the 9th annual International Player Haters Ball. Oh man, hey.
I really didn't have a Haters Club to go with today, but I guess I gotta throw it out there, guys. I got banned. I got thrown in Twitter jail, man. I got the fucking cuffs on me. I'm banned for a week until somebody fucking bails me out. So this is
somebody.
Nah, this is what I did, man. You know, like they were, the whole big thing they're talking about, like these transvestite. They're trying to groom the kids, making it like talk about it like in school, all that. And listen, I don't care what you do, but just let's not fucking go after our children and try to fucking groom the kids and talk about this. They don't need to hear that when they're like 4 or 5, 6 years old. So basically, like I respond to a Jason Whitlock tweet, and Jason Whitlock's on, my side with this topics. So basically, I was like this. I was like, it's sick what they are putting in these kids' minds. When I was a kid, I put water balloons underneath my shirt and pretended I had boobs when I was 5 years old. Thank God my parents never took me to this kind of perverse type of place, meaning the transvestite bar. I'm like, little kids don't need to read what that neon says in the background either. And the neon, they had a big neon in the background. This bar said it won't lick itself, which what the fuck? And then the last line I wrote, which probably got me thrown in Twitter jail, I'm like, trannies are mentally unstable. I'm sorry, trannies. Like I guess I didn't mean to say it, but I did say it because any trannies I ever met that I seen in South Yonkers, and there's a plenty of them, they're all fucking mentally fucked up. Okay. I never seen a fucking perfect tranny, but let me just stop myself here before people come at me with the hate mail before I get into this deep topic. But I got thrown in fucking Twitter jail. So I'm nominated Twitter. I'm nominated Twitter as part of my to be in the hate club. Hate. Fuck you, Twitter. No freedom of speech.
Exactly. And that's crazy. The comedian Ricky Jarvis, right?
Gervais.
Excuse me, Gervais.
Fuck up everybody's name.
Yeah. Ricky Jarvis Landry.
I gotta make him sound more American than he is. I think he'd actually appreciate it, by the way. If you haven't, go watch his Netflix special. Because he touches on all of this across the board, and he does it in such a way that it's done clean, it's done good, it's done in a joking manner, and he actually did catch a little backlash for it, believe it or not. And so did Chappelle, and that was another one of both the Netflix. But the CEO for Netflix went and defended him and basically said what you were just saying now, where he's like, look, it's freedom of speech. This is what comedians do. They joke about everything and everyone, and that's what it is. If you find it offensive, watch something else. That's it. And again, I paraphrase, but that's more or less what he was saying. And it's the God's honest truth. I mean, listen, Ricky Gervais, Gervais, am I saying that?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he says, he goes, look, He goes, how are you going to be held accountable for a tweet or an email or something that you said 10 years ago? Okay. Because he goes, bro, 10 years ago, there's so many things now that are offensive today that 10 years ago weren't. So how are you going to hold somebody accountable for some shit that they said 12 years ago? All right, where 12 years ago, you could make a joke like you just did, Mike, about a tranny or anything else, and it would be okay. You'd laugh, you shrug it off. Now I got to go out to the bathroom and I got to see, because some of them have a woman's side, they have a male side, and someone just has like a different side with it, like anybody can go in this bathroom. And I'm okay with that too. I think everybody should be able to go in the bathroom, but you know what I'm saying? Like 10, 12 years ago, you weren't walking, unless you were in some club in Manhattan and some crazed out nightclub, you would not go into a bathroom that had like some sort of unisex thing on it where it was like a half guy, half woman type of symbol that just meant God, you can go in there. It wasn't like that. You had a men's room, you had a female room. That's it. Done. So, he's 100% right. And there's so much more to it. He really covers this in some really good depth. And I honestly recommend, if you haven't watched it, go watch it, because it really puts in light that how all this should be looked at and should be joked about, and how people should just really get their heads out of their asses with this social media nonsense when they want to like ruin someone's life because they got nothing better to do with theirs, and they want to just come at you because of a comment that you made. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
John, is the title Ricky Jarvis? Is that the title of this?
That's
episode?
it. Yeah,
Jarvis Landry.
No, he's from Port Jarvis over in Long Island.
He's
I
the guy
thought
who
his
created
family
The
owned
Office,
that
bro.
shit.
Jules, you know that's the guy who created The Office, right? The original Office.
Yes, in England, right? Yeah. Or the UK, whatever. You know, I don't want to specify England because I'm not sure if it was just England or not.
Well, listen,
You're always good if you say United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Before we, because I want to keep talking about trannies, apparently.
I do want to mention about trannies though when you're done.
Yeah. Well, the Carolina Panthers hired one, John. Did you know that they hired?
Oh boy, I forgot about that, Mike.
And Carolina Panthers, they hired their first NFL's openly transgender cheerleader. I'm sorry, but that's not something I want to see. I don't want to get tricked. I don't want to be like getting my picture taken with some cheerleader and then this fucking hand that's bigger than my fucking head fucking puts it around my shoulder. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. But I don't know. Listen, I'm all for like equal rights, all that shit. So if you want to cheerlead, I guess whatever. It's fucking weird.
She's probably a lot stronger than most of the other cheerleaders.
She's the bottom of the pyramid.
Go to the top of the fucking stadium.
Well, listen, but aren't there male cheerleaders? There are male cheerleaders. There are male cheerleaders. So it's not like
not in the NFL. There's not, because they don't serve a purpose in the NFL. The cheerleaders are not there to fucking cheerlead. They're fucking there to draw attention.
Yeah, from dudes that are on their 10th beer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're there as another fucking side piece to the game.
What happens if this tranny cheerleader, right, is like just like going down in her fucking skirt and then the fucking thing pops out? Like Pop Goes the Weasel. Like I'm gonna throw up right there on the fucking goddamn field. You know what I mean?
So I don't know this from experience, thank God, but I think from what I understand,
you had a friend.
They use a lot of duct tape.
Duct tape. Can you imagine?
Oh my God.
Like how do you go to the bathroom? Do you leave a little space where like you with a hole for like a hole? Or you just tape it all up like a fucking diaper?
Duct tape is waterproof, bro.
Oh, so you just fucking go right on the duct tape.
There you go.
God, that's
slosh around there really quick. Maybe it'll sneak out a little bit.
Well, I mean,
can you imagine duct taping your fucking dick?
But wait, hold up. Listen, and I could be dead wrong with this, right? But like, isn't it where once you are transsexual that you have now went fully inverted? Right, because when you just then but what there's got to be a different term for both, right? If you completely go full invert, or if you like still have it, you still have the business down there, but you're presenting yourself in a different manner, right? I don't know. I could swear there's different terminology for the two. No,
maybe there is.
Frank and B.
Maybe there is, but so last week on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I just listened to the episode today. Was a Navy SEAL that her name was Kristen Beck or something like that. Did you guys listen to that episode by any chance?
I did not.
So I just listened to it today. And the whole time I just thought that it was a dude because I wasn't watching. I was, you know how if you listen to Joe Rogan in the car, or at least in my work truck, it's a sync radio, Ford radio. It doesn't play the video. So I'm listening to this podcast, and for like the first hour and a half, I think he's talking to a dude who just happens to be named Kristen. I was just like, that's a weird name for a dude, but sounds like a fucking dude, looks like a dude, and fucking
Walks like
was a SEAL. He was, there was no mention of his gender whatsoever. Then all of a sudden, an hour and a half into, like, they start talking about the fact that he changed genders, and like they were talking about that Leah Thomas or Thompson, whatever her name is, the fucking swimmer and shit.
Right.
And the lady, I'll be, I guess, PC, but she was saying that she doesn't think that they should fucking compete with the female swimmers, like that whole thing. But they made one fucking joke that I thought was hysterical. So there's some prisoner who was born biologically male, right? All the goods, right? Identifies as female, gets put in a female prison, and knocks up 2 different inmates.
Genius.
I was dying.
It's stories like that just kind of give this whole situation a bad rap. You know what I mean? Like where, yeah, come on, dude. Like, was he playing the role, or did he really identify that way? Right? You know,
if you even have to take like hormone replacement, like, do you have to like go through it to say it, or?
Well, that's what I was trying to say.
Like,
I'm pretty sure
I identify as female, they're going to put me in a fucking women's prison.
That's
because if you're having a dry spell out there, just do like some petty larceny. You get like 2 weeks in the joint. Identify as female. You get put in a female prison. You fucking slay for 2 weeks, and then you go home.
Well, idea in my head right now, John. I'm down to do some crazy shit.
If Tinder's not working,
the duct tape will come off.
The prison system.
Do you even have to? I thought you didn't even have to identify as male or female. You could just identify as they and them.
Oh,
right?
God.
So like, I'm they.
Then they might default to your biological gender.
Oh, I got
you. If you make a stink, cry, wave your arms, all that stuff, whatever they do, I don't know. And they say that identify as female, I guess they have to put you in a female prison. And then you get to shower with the women, and you get to play sexy time.
It sounds like hedonism. Like I'm all with it.
And honestly, I'm sure fucking when you get to a women's prison and you're walking around with a fucking dick, they probably throw themselves right at you. Because
but you know what would happen to you, Mike? You know what happened to you, Mike? You would somehow end up in the prison that has a population of like 10 guys that are all identifying the same way.
Oh no!
I should be on your own cell block to get here.
I'm like, I don't like it here.
Yeah, you're like, all right, yeah, cell block D, time to go shower. All teddies come out with your things swinging in the wind.
I'm like, I'm innocent. Get me out of here. Oh shit! But yeah, that's where we're at now. We're getting tranny cheerleaders in the NFL. So congratulations on that, I guess.
Yeah, congratulations, right? Being the first one, right? Listen, that look, could you imagine? I'm sure their parents are super proud. Their kid growing up. Look, they get to identify as their true self, and breaking ground in the NFL. So it's gonna give a quick round of applause for that one. and it got Mike thrown in Twitter jail. So like it's goes full circle, baby.
Mike, you really had the two for there though. You attacked fucking gender fucking identities and mental health in the same tweet.
I sure did. I went after.
Honestly, I'm gonna email Twitter now.
No, hold it back.
You should get 2 weeks, one for each offense.
One for each one, right? For the mentally, because I'm mental too, man. You hear me fucking speak every week on this podcast and then mix it up. I'm fucking not all there. I'm mentally fucked up. I should be allowed to talk about me and my people.
And listen, you've been called out in the past of a whole mental thing. So you know what? You're borderline on this. So like, just go get the card and just say, look, you see, this is how I identify.
Hey, they can just hear me talk. I'm on the spectrum. I know it is. Everybody fucking knows. It's all good, man. It's all good. But we don't hate trannies here on the podcast. We're just having some fun. It is what it is. Everybody chill. Don't come at us with the hate.
Unless, as a matter of fact,
Haters Club.
If there's anyone out there that is actually a Giants fan who listens to the show,
and to tranny,
we would absolutely love to have you on the show so that you can clarify if there is an actual terminology that I believe there is without Googling it.
We need the glossary.
If you're fully inverted versus if you're not. All right. I don't think that's offensive. I think it's a legitimate question. And I think people should get out of their skin and be able to ask these questions out there because I'm not offended anybody asking that. I'm just asking if I got to refer to you differently because you got the operation done or if you went halfway and decided not to. All right. And if there isn't a terminology differential, I think there should be.
There probably is, but I will say to close out this topic that's going to get our podcast canceled for real. That episode with Kristen Beck is an excellent episode. Not because they spend a lot of time on the transsexual shit, because they don't. It's mostly about the military and like soldiers and stuff like that. Because he was a Navy or she was a Navy SEAL, and the shit they talk about with that is really fucking cool. There's a lot of like stuff they talk about like enlightenment and stuff like that. It's a very, very good listen. So,
I'll take that. I'll take a listen. I'll take a listen tomorrow.
I saw Joe Rogan last week or this past weekend in fucking Atlantic City.
Oh, that's right. Right.
Yeah, bro, it was so fucking fun. I saw Joe Rogan, Tony Hinchcliffe, Joey Diaz was there. It was fucking excellent.
That's
so
awesome.
glad.
Wait, real quick though, was when they were in Navy, I'm using the proper pronoun here. When they were in Navy SEAL, were they enlisted as a male or a female initially?
Yeah.
They were a male. Okay.
What she said, not even on purpose, honestly. It's just when you look and you hear his voice, you'll say that's a dude. But he said that he like wrestled with something being off mentally. His whole life.
mental, huh?
Yeah. He just felt like he felt more like he said I guess he's got a couple of sisters and a brother, and he's like I always felt like more like them than like I did my brother, but it was, raised in like this like conservative place where, it was all about guns and fucking army and all that like, military shit and all that stuff. And he said, and I never felt like out of place. Like I was always into those things. I don't feel like I was like, forced into any of that. Like I genuinely like cars and all that stuff, but I just felt something felt off, and not until I became a civilian that I recognized what the problem was and, I don't know if he was starting to transition. He had like a long ponytail, but as far as that, he had like a flannel jacket. He looked as much a dude as anybody else.
Anytime
moral story is excellent. Listen.
Anytime I felt off, I just go to the strip club and have titties thrown in my face, and I felt fine. I never actually wanted titties on my body. I just wanted to grab them. But listen, if you're a big tranny, if you're a giant tranny, and you want to come on the BBOMIG podcast, feel free to fucking come on. We'll have.
I'm sorry. Can I do one more thing about trannies?
Of course.
I watched Euphoria last week.
That's a good show.
2 weeks ago.
That is actually a pretty good show.
Not.
I like the show.
The show is good. It's
everybody loves this shit.
It's well written.
It is.
It's a well written show. What they did basically is they took somebody from the CW, so like that Vampire Diary, Seventh Heaven fucking writer, right? They sent him to like some fucking HBO fucking like writing school, and then they just combined basically a lot of boobies, not really a lot, but a lot of dick and a lot of drug use.
Too much
so
dick.
It's a Seventh Heaven, all American, like whatever fucking teen drama show, but with hard drugs and fucking sex.
Sounds like a winner to me.
Judd Apatow.
It's not though, bro. Everybody's crying all the time and fucking flipping out and shit. My brother said it was the best show he's ever seen.
I wouldn't go that
He's seen
far.
Game of Thrones.
That's crazy.
I was like, bro, this is the best show ever.
Does he
I
think?
would not go that far. What's that?
Does he think Rue is dead, or he thinks Rue is alive? I think Rue's dead. If you watch the show from the beginning until most recent, I think she's dead already. And she's just telling,
she's just telling her life.
Telling the story to do like the grave. Yeah, if you pay
I can see that being the case.
Yeah, like you gotta watch it, man. I'm telling you, like pay attention.
No, I did. I went it because my brother's not like one to like recommend something that sucks.
Yeah.
So I went into it like thinking like this is gonna be a great show. I never gave it a second thought. Any respect that I would say that I was open to the idea of it being Game of Thrones. I just was like, there's no way it's gonna be possible. It can be that good. But I went into it thinking I'm gonna watch like an A+ show, and I was just like,
it's okay.
There's one character in the show that was like enjoyable to fucking watch. At first, it was the fat bitch that was started doing the fucking the OnlyFans stuff. That was entertaining. And then the fucking drug dealer with the kid, with his little brother.
Yeah.
That was the whole show.
Right. That's his,
Right, that's the whole show, but
Dude,
it's not the whole
he's a
show.
badass.
That's 5% of the show, and the rest of it was fucking just people crying.
yeah. I mean, kind of.
I like the crazy jock and his father. That was
Yeah.
I too. Yeah, bro, that's some fucked up shit. Like that was
It's
some real
fucked
good
up.
shit right there. Because they were supposed to be the all-American family and they had money, and he's a jock and he's good. And they're all fucked up worse than anybody. It's great. Like you gotta love that kind of shit.
But it was like a central storyline. One thing happened, and it was like, all right.
I
The
don't know,
first episode.
anything-
First episode, and then it was like 2 fucking I don't know. I just
You know what it is,
I
John?
don't like
Anything Judd Apatow does, like I have to watch. I always think he's great. And he
That's Judd Apatow show?
yeah, that's his daughter in the show.
Yeah.
The one that did the play. The one that did the play. That's Maud or Maud. Apatow.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's why I watched it, man. That's why I watched it. It's for him.
Sister.
That's why she's the only one who's actually a conservative and not fucking showing her tranny tits out.
Right, exactly. He would never let that happen. With
All
his
fucking makes sense. Everybody else fucking is just fucking slanging fucking
Everything
their
comes
penis
full
around.
circle on the BBLYG, all right?
Yeah,
It doesn't make me like the show more, but it does make me respect the fact that he let his daughter create something.
her sister, like on the show, like that blonde, she got really nice tits. I mean, I have to say it. They're really nice.
It was pretty wild that they really forced those tits on screen.
Yeah, it's all about.
They were not shy about having this girl fucking with those tits out at any point during the entire 2 seasons.
Definitely not. The more, the better. It was fucking
Yeah.
insane. Are we about to wrap this up, guys?
I think we're gonna have to. If not, we're gonna just let this run and we're gonna turn this into the mix it up, and we're just gonna have Nick join us and just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Because it literally went from talking Giants football to going about a whole bunch of other things. And listen, at least if you're listening, you have some good watches like to try to help you through through this off season. If you're not a hockey fan, because the Rangers are still up 2-1. You got the NBA finals at a 1-1. So there is some decent sports going on. Hopefully the Rangers can pull out a win. If not tomorrow night, Thursday night back at the Garden, which will probably be insane if it's tied at 2, and it is very possible. So there is some of that to definitely pay attention to. And we're going to have some cool guests coming on the show. We're going to have some Hated Club guests coming on, people debating specific topics, people from out of the country. So, I mean, look, that's what we're going to bring during this whole off season, because what in the hell is there really else to really talk about? There's only so much OTA talk. There's only so much fucking who's going to play here and who's going to play there. And there's only so much hate that we could show and how much Jalen Hurts is so fucking overrated as a quarterback. And it just kills me to say that he's fucking even being ranked as a top fantasy quarterback. If you play fantasy football, do not draft Jalen Hurts as your starting QB1. You just heard that from Jules, and there'll be more fantasy advice as we get closer to the season. But for now, we will wrap up this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, hit the like, hit subscribe. It helps us all the time. Appreciate it. Especially if you don't like it, just put a don't like on it, a hate on us, bro. We'll have you on the haters club. That's it. We don't care about that shit too much. We actually enjoy it. You know what they say, right? Any press is good press. So we get bad press, we get bad press. We get good press, we get good press. It's fantastic. But for now, we are going to wrap this up. We will be back next week on a Monday. We will have a guest on. We'll have a little fun with that. And, we'll go from there. Until then, stay safe. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.